This episode was brought to you by the DeBlaze team at Southwest Funding. Southwest's Funding, a better way to mortgage.
Find somebody who will post you down there and put them on. These are some work equipment. I put them on. We headed on down there, and about Sao Paulo, about 18 hours, I think, into the trip on the plane, I took them off. And and then I tried to put them damn boots back on once I hit ground. And there's no way I could get my foot at the top of it. Oh, my feet had never hurt so bad in my whole life.
The National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum hosts the Western Heritage Awards, which honors individuals who have made significant contributions to Western heritage through creative works in literature, music, television, and film that share the great stories of the American West. I was fortunate enough to tag along for the 2024 Heritage Awards with Mark Bedor and his wife, where he was receiving an award for his show, Today's Wild West, episode 603. There were some incredible honorees, including Reba McEntire, Mo Brings Plenty, and many more. Keep on watching.
This is so neat. It's interactive and it changes like every half hour. It just opened. It just opens.
Look at this.
So this is amazing. It changes, I think, every half hour. So it's interactive.
Oh, this is cool. Well, we're going to do a selfie with this great background. Okay.
Do you want me to take a picture for you?
Oh, yes. Look at this. Oh, this is awesome.
It's way cool.
Yeah, this is cool. I really like this. All right, see you later.
I've never seen this exhibit before. It's all animated, too. Oh, wow. This is great. But, they used to have all these wonderful artifacts in this hall that aren't here anymore. Well, they got to change things up, right? Yeah, they do. It's great. But you should have been here to see the toys that Bob Carey had, Yeah. Those were some cowgirls. Better than me. This is an amazing museum. We have a museum in Los Angeles, the Autry, but it's not what it used to be.
So cool. The vaults.
One of the great things about coming to Oklahoma City for the Western Heritage Awards is the chance to see the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum, one of the very finest Western museums in the entire country. This is all brand new stuff. It's a brand new exhibit. Raymond Kinsler. Okay. Signed right here. I've got one of his originals, but he did comic books first, and his work is so distinctive. He did the Zorro comic books from the late 40s and early 50s, and I've got copies of those, and some of the Zane Grey adaptations. But he did I think he might have done a John Wayne comic book. I'm not sure. But Frank Frazetta did the John Wayne stuff. He and L. Williams. But look at his work. It's so distinctive. This would have been a book cover. Is that James Ernest? No. No. This is before James Ernest. Okay. This would have been 51, 52. Okay. Oh, so here we go. Circa 1950. And I was just... your stuff. Guessing from my experience. Your stuff.
Sam Peckinpah.
He wrote and directed the Wild Bunch. Waylon Green wrote it. And Sam added his own authentic Western gibberish. Sam was a famous movie director. Oh, yeah, 60s, 70s. Oh. He was a writer first, and he wrote the pilot to The Rifleman, which was
guys are so
Chuck
knowledgeable.
Connors and Johnny
It's amazing.
Well, see, we grew up with this stuff.
I think it was 59 or 57. Like 70% of the television shows were Westerns.
There were only 3 channels
Right.
back then, and like 33 Westerns every week. And so you'd have 2 or 3 Westerns on at the same time. You'd have to say, am I going to watch Dale Robertson and the Tales of Wells Fargo, or
What's
Rory
it gonna be
Calhoun and
today?
Jackson?
What's
What
it
am I
gonna
gonna
be
do?
today?
And then they were gone because they were black and white, and everybody went color in the late 60s. 65, all the networks went to color.
Mm-hmm.
So all these old black and white shows basically sat on the shelves because nobody wanted to air them. All the channels, all the independent stations and the local affiliates needed to have color shows to run because people had their new color TV shows. But some of the early Westerns, like the Cisco Kid and Judge Roy Bean, while they had been shown originally in black and white, they were shot in color. So
That's the movie John. That's the
they
rifle
sold
John
them,
Wayne.
and then they made a lot of money because
Wow.
they had color programming to offer.
That's
But now,
awesome.
these days, with the proliferation of all of these channels and Westerns are back, we're seeing restored black and white Western series on.
It's really neat.
So now it's the golden age of Westerns reruns, and so it's your turn to catch up and to study these great Westerns because
My brother knows a lot about it.
excellent.
That's John Wayne's rifle from True Grit.
It's taken some abuse.
And that's John Wayne's coat from the Alamo.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes, it is, yeah.
And Sam Elliott donated those badges. And Jack Lord, well, it says there, property of Jack Lord.
Stony Burke, when he was doing Stony Burke, you know who some of the stars of Stony Burke were?
I do not.
Bruce Dern.
Oh,
He
yeah?
was a regular. Warren Oates. They did Stony Burke. But Bruce and Jack Lord didn't get along. And Jack Lord was Stony Burke, so guess who left the show? Bruce. Too bad. This is an unusual piece of work from him. Again, I want it.
Mixed medium, so what would that have... Because he did these etchings, right?
Well, he did pen and ink, and perhaps they made etchings of some of
Okay.
his pen and ink stuff. I have a couple of his small ones.
I have Byron's book on him.
Uh-huh.
You could literally spend like... You could spend your life in this museum.
Well, in
Seeing
this
all
one
the stuff
room
there is.
anyway, that's what we've spent half our life in this one room because there's so many goodies we haven't been able to get out.
You're right. I mean, it's amazing, all the stuff in here. The Western Heritage Awards is not just a one-night ceremony, it's a weekend-long celebration of the Western lifestyle. And there's a lot to celebrate. The Western Heritage Awards, what do those mean to the Western world?
Now, the Western Heritage Awards are an award that's given for film, television, or literature. It means a great deal to the people that receive it. And you've gotten a few yourself, I know, so I know what it means to you. But it exposes the rest of the world, these works that we are awarding for, expose the rest of the world to Western culture and the Western way of life. And I think there's no better way than through the television and film medium to get the word across of what we're trying to do here, what the West is all about.
And music, too.
And music as well, yes, you're right.
And there's really nothing else like this in the country, is there?
No, this has kind of become known as the Oscars of the Western, because there is no award show that of this caliber, Western genre of any time.
So you're using the same last designs that they used back in the day?
Yeah.
50 to 100 years ago?
Yeah, every one of the old boots that we have is all old and higher stitch patterns. In fact, this is the same stitch pattern on this boot. This boot's a remake of the same boot that Calvin Coolidge dedicated Mount Rushmore in. As far as the boots go themselves, our what we call our horseman product, or our performance product, It's the most durable, it's the most comfortable product in the entire market. So we put everything we could into that boot from a quality perspective. So it's all leather construction, leather hold fast on it. We put like a really durable dual density insert in them. And we basically, the one feedback we're getting across the board from everyone is that is the most durable boot that they've ever had. It's holding up. Guys that can usually only get 3 to 6 months out of a boot have worn ours for over a year now and can't wear them down. So that was the mission we set out to do, was to make a good, durable boot. And we've done that.
The show, I have a background as a TV news reporter, so they're like TV news style stories about horse drives, cattle drives, hat makers. I did a story on this a few years back, the museum and the awards and all that stuff. You know that Thomas Tull is very interested in the Western lifestyle, obviously.
Yes.
And my show celebrates the Western lifestyle.
Right.
And the motto of our show is, which you hear at the every opening, is the Wild West is still out there, and we'll show you how to find it.
Oh, cool. I like that. We all need books?
Is this like one of the award winners, or is this just Reba's book, obviously?
That's Reba's book,
Okay,
yeah.
forward by
This is
car.
the new one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It says all the hats. And we're just using the hats as props for our silver jewelry right now.
The
Yeah.
store,
The Persimmon Hill store that's up
museum
in the front.
store, okay.
Yeah, so they brought all their hats down, and we're doing a trunk show for today and tomorrow.
okay, and this is your jewelry?
Yeah, so in the white right here, this is all mine, and then my partner Matthew in the black has all the other side is his work.
Okay, so what kind of jewelry do you make?
It's silver and turquoise predominantly. So I'm based out of Santa Fe, New Mexico, and I'm in the Western industry and the Southwestern, so I try to blur the lines but keep it very contemporary and fresh. So a lot of it's very feminine and it's very bright and happy pieces. So just something a little bit different.
And what a perfect place to display it.
Yeah. It's a great opportunity being here.
Cowboy way of life is about celebrating that you can't do, get it done like your show.
Make it happen. Or make it happen.
Make it happen. So your show, Make It Happen, fits perfectly with the whole cowboy ethic, which is make it happen, which is get her done. You know, that's one of the cowboy sayings.
Get her done.
Get her done. Find a way to get her done. You know, I mean, you're not doing that alone, but at the same time, you're the one making it happen.
Yes, that's the thing. I'm just going to put my eye on the target and go.
And that's good. So you're a perfect fit. What your show celebrates is what
Yes.
the Western lifestyle celebrates.
Love it.
Get her done, make it happen.
Get her done. Well, I watched your show. I was watching your show yesterday. I was like, I just love it. I just love it. It's so great. It's so great. This is awesome.
It's great. It's a great privilege to do. It's a lot of work, but you know, when it comes to a bit like this, it's like
It's the reward.
it's all worthwhile.
It's the reward. That's awesome.
We're gonna keep doing it. Keep celebrating Cowboy way life and getting her done. Making it happen.
I actually should have named mine Get Her Done. I like that. Get Her Done.
This museum, this weekend, and these awards, we celebrate the Western way of life. And, you know, my stake in this is ranching. But we have our native brothers, you know, the mining in it, everything. It's just the American story. It really is the American story. There was a time when the West was Virginia and Tennessee, and we've just keep pushing. But it is the American spirit. You and me, we're here to keep it alive.
That's right.
That's our stake in it.
That's right. That's my mission.
The good Lord has given us the ability. I do it through music and movies and things, and you do it through your lovely photographs and books. I mean, that's a calling.
It's calling.
It is a calling.
It really is calling.
And we heard that call, we answered, and we've taken it seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a busy day. Tomorrow is the ceremony for the awards, so I'm gonna come and support Mark, get a little footage of him accepting his award. Reba's getting an award. Such a great day, such cool people, amazing place. Oklahoma always amazes me.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tater Tot McEntire and King Fod, Shake of the Shifting Sands, Keith Carradine, Reba McEntire. What do you think it is about Westerns that keep people coming back?
Affirmation. It's an affirmative genre. It's about capability, survival, community. It's an affirmative genre where it's all about people who work together and who under those circumstances need each other. And in that way is community born. And I think that's kind of at the heart of the genre. And that notion of self-sufficiency, of being able to find a way around a problem, solve a problem with your head and with your brawn if necessary. But I just think, I think that's the key to it, and it's about as American as a thing can be. And I think that's why we all hunger for it. Still.
I got to say something that's changed my life is the singing the national anthem at the Super Bowl. But it just was so many people that God just said, step right in there, and it just worked. Quit worrying about it. Honest,
it's all about wrapping up.
I tell you, nothing has prepared me for you, because you were dropped into my life. I was dropped into your life at the greatest point, and as I said, God's timing is always the best, and thank God for you.
Oh, thank you.
The Wrangler Award for Outstanding Lifestyle Program goes to my dear friend Mark Bedor for today's Wild West. And if when you get home and you want to watch it, it is episode 603.
I've become a decent photographer, and I write, shoot, edit, and host Today's Wild West, the documentary-style TV series on all things Western, and tonight, a 3-time winner of the Western Heritage Award. And I thank you, the people of the American West and the National Cowboy Museum. This is the one award in my life I really, really, really wanted to win, and to be honored by the cowboy world means more to me than I can adequately express. Thank you very much.
Our history is not always pretty. But, you know, I heard, this is not original to me, but history's a river you can't dam up. So where we started and where we are now and how we got here is what it is. And we take the best of it, and there's a lot of it, that we build on, and we learn from the things we did wrong.
The DeBlaze team with Southwest Funding is bringing us a better way to mortgage.